This coming Wednesday, Virginia Tech University will mark the first anniversary of the worst civilian mass shooting in U.S. history, the killing of 32 students and faculty by a suicidal student gunman who also wounded 24 others. So many people's lives were changed that day. We're focusing on 3 of them in tonight's Weekend Journal.
Every day almost feels like a funeral. We never thought we would lose Rima like that.
Omar Samaha's younger sister, Rima, was one of the 32 people killed that awful day. She was just 18, a freshman who loved to dance.
She's kind of been this model this past year for us to live our lives like she would.
Lily Habtu survived the attack, but carries a piece of it with her.
I was shot in my jaw, and the bullet is still there, 1 millimeter away from my brainstem. They can't take it out.
She was shot in her wrist, too, and spent a month in the hospital, then graduated.
We won't heal from this. We will always think about this. We will always live with this.
Away from campus, Abby Spangler, a concert cellist and mother of 2 in Northern Virginia, watched with horror as America's deadliest school shooting unfolded.
I could take it no longer, and I thought, the time has come to speak out.
A few days after the shootings, she emailed 31 friends, asking them to dress in black and symbolically lie down with her outside Alexandria's City Hall for 3 minutes. That's the amount of time they estimate it took Virginia Tech shooter Sung-Hwae Cho to purchase his 2 semi-automatic handguns. The Lions, as she called them, caught on.
We can change our gun laws in this country so that this type of tragedy does not continue to happen again and again and again.
Topping their agenda, closing the so-called gun show loophole. 35 states do not require private sellers at gun shows to conduct the instant background checks that all federally licensed dealers must do.
A mentally ill person, a gang member, can walk in there and get an AK-47. This is what's happening.
Lily and Omar participated in a lie-in at the Virginia Capitol in Richmond to pressure state legislators to require background checks at gun shows, something the Virginia Tech Review Panel had recommended. But the legislators rejected it, noting Cho got his weapons in gun shops.
Say an individual like the Virginia Tech shooter had walked into that gun store today and tried to buy a gun, and he was denied that gun. Where would he go to buy his gun? That was easy, that was untrackable, that's unregulated. Where would you go? You would go to a gun show. We stuff a banner in here, and then we stuff a bag of ribbons in here, and then we send them out across the country.
This week, on the first anniversary of the massacre, more than 80 lie-ins are planned in Washington, D.C. and more than 30 states. Many will be led by friends and relatives of the Virginia Tech victims, like Omar Samaha.
If you're an upright, good citizen and you want to own a gun, go for it. We're just trying to keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people, and everyone should want that.
In a new poll this week, 60% of Americans surveyed said they favor stricter gun control measures, with 80% supporting closure of the gun show loophole. Those polled also said reducing gun violence was as important a national goal as extending health care to everyone and ending the war in Iraq.